Have you ever been good to people, yet they still treated you like you were nothing? Have you ever given your best to others, helped them with the little you had, stood beside them in their difficult moments, but when your own hard time came, nobody cared? Today, I want to tell you a story about a young, poor farmer, a man whose heart was full of kindness, a man who believed that helping others was the most important thing in life. But one day, he discovered a shocking truth about kindness, a truth that changed the way he lived forever. So, if you have ever felt used, ignored, or taken for granted by the very people you try to help, this story is for you. Many years ago, in a quiet village surrounded by wide farms and dusty roads, there lived a young farmer. His name was Raymond. Raymond was not rich. In fact, he was one of the poorest farmers in that village. But even though he did not have much, Raymond had something many people in the village did not have. He had a very kind heart. Raymond believed in one simple rule. As long as he had food in his house, nobody around him should go to bed hungry. Whenever harvest season came and his crops were ready, he shared them with people freely. If a widow had nothing to cook, Raymond would give her yams. If travelers passed through the village looking tired and hungry, Raymond would invite them into his small house and give them food. If children came to him crying because there was no food at home, he would fill a basket with maize and send them back smiling. Among all the people who visited Raymond, there was one man who came more than anyone else. His name was Alfred. Alfred always called himself Raymond's best friend. Almost every evening, Alfred would walk into Raymond's house shouting happily, "Raymond, my brother!" And Raymond would laugh and welcome him warmly. Raymond would bring out food, sometimes yam and palm oil, sometimes beans and roasted corn. Alfred would sit comfortably and eat until he was completely full. While eating, Alfred would always praise Raymond. He would say, "Raymond, you are the most generous man in this whole village." But even though Alfred ate in Raymond's house almost every day, he never once invited Raymond to his own house for food. He never once brought food to Raymond. Still, Raymond never complained. To him, friendship meant giving without counting. Then one night, something terrible happened. It was during the rainy season. The sky became very dark and a powerful storm began to blow across the land. The wind roared loudly, shaking trees and houses. Heavy rain poured down like water falling from a broken pot. While everyone in the village slept, the storm moved violently through Raymond's farmland. When morning finally came, Raymond walked to his farm as he usually did. But the moment he arrived, he stopped walking. His heart sank because the farm looked completely destroyed. The wind had torn apart his storage hut. The maize he had carefully stored was soaked and ruined. His yam barn had collapsed. Crops he had worked months to grow were scattered and damaged. Everything he had worked for was gone overnight. Raymond stood there silently, looking at the damage. Slowly, he sat down in the wet soil. For the first time in many years, the man who had fed so many had nothing left for himself. The news about what happened to Raymond spread across the village, but nobody seemed to care. They just moved on with their daily activities. A week later, when all the food he had at home had finished, Raymond decided to ask the villagers for help. He believed that surely someone would help him the way he had helped them before. He went from house to house, asking politely for a little food until he could recover. But to his surprise, many people avoided him. Some people closed their doors when they saw him coming. Others pretended they did not hear him knocking. A few simply said they did not have enough food to share. But then he remembered Alfred. "My friend will help me," Raymond thought. "He has eaten in my house many times. Surely he will not refuse me." Raymond walked slowly towards Alfred's house. As he approached, he saw Alfred standing outside. But the moment Alfred saw Raymond walking towards him, his face changed. Quickly, Alfred rushed inside his house to hide himself. Raymond watched him carefully. He saw everything clearly. From outside the door, Alfred heard him whispering to his children, "If Raymond asks for me, tell him I am not home." A moment later, Raymond knocked on the door. Alfred's small daughter opened it. She looked shy and spoke softly, "My father is not around." Raymond stood there quietly. He said nothing, but he knew the truth because he had seen Alfred run inside just moments earlier. At that moment, something inside Raymond broke. It wasn't hunger, it was betrayal. The man he believed was his closest friend had hidden from him. That evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, Raymond walked away from the village. He couldn't bear to look at those houses anymore. He walked until he came to an ancient, massive banyan tree at the edge of the whispering forest. As he sat there thinking about everything that had happened, an old man slowly walked towards Raymond and sat beside him. He spoke gently. "Young man, I have been watching you for a long time," he said. "You are a good person." Raymond sighed deeply and replied, "But my goodness has only brought me pain." The old man smiled kindly. "My son, kindness is a beautiful thing, but kindness must walk with wisdom. Do not stop being kind. The world needs kind people, but learn this important lesson. Do not keep pouring water into a basket that cannot hold it. Give to those who appreciate your kindness, help those who are grateful, and protect your heart from those who only come to take." After saying those words, the old man slowly stood up and walked away into the darkness. The next morning, something had changed inside Raymond. He decided to start again. Day after day, he worked hard on his farm. He cleared the broken wood from his land. He repaired his storage hut and rebuilt his yam barn. The work was difficult, but Raymond did not give up. Months passed, and slowly the farm began to grow again. The rains helped the crops grow strong, and the sun warmed the soil. Before long, Raymond's farm became productive once more. One afternoon, a familiar voice called from the road, "Raymond, my brother!" It was Alfred again. But this time, Alfred looked worried and troubled. He explained that his own farm had failed and his family had no food to eat. Then he asked Raymond for help. Raymond looked at him calmly and replied softly, "I am sorry, Alfred. I cannot help you." Alfred was shocked. He could not believe Raymond had refused him. He slowly walked away. Soon, other villagers began to come to Raymond again, just like before. Some asked for food, while others asked for help. But things had changed. If someone came with respect and gratitude, Raymond helped them gladly. But if someone came only to take without appreciation, he would smile politely and say he did not have enough. Some villagers began to gossip about him. They said Raymond had become wicked, but others began to learn something important. They learned to appreciate kindness. They learned to say thank you even for the smallest help. And slowly, respect for Raymond grew again. The man who once gave without thinking had now learned to give with wisdom. If you have ever experienced something similar to what happened to Raymond, kindly share your thoughts in the comments. It helps others find this lesson too. And if you enjoy stories that teach life lessons like this, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss another story. Sometimes, the simplest stories carry the deepest wisdom.